Hi, beautiful people. I welcome you back to my channel. On numerous occasions, I've heard most ladies say, Auntie, me, I'm not liking with men. Why is it that every man who comes into my life go? I don't know why. I think that relationship has nothing to do with luck. I think that relationship has to do with acquiring the knowledge, knowing what to do, on learning to learn. Have you ever wondered why that ex-boyfriend of yours? To you, he was the worst man. He was not good. He was bad. He was this, that. But he moved on, went into another relationship, and he's doing okay. That lady is doing okay with him. They are happy. Have you ever wondered why some ladies are so, to you, in quotes, lucky with men? As I said, it has nothing to do with being luck. There are things these ladies are doing. There are secrets these women are using to win their man's heart. That is why today I'm going to talk to you about becoming the woman he cannot resist. Secrets these women are using. If you do all these things and that man decides to go, my dear, you know that it is his loss. Stick with me to the end of this video because I have a bonus tip for you and I am sure you do not want to miss this. Let's do this. The first thing I want to talk about is being kind. When it comes to relationships, I think kindness is underrated because we take it for granted. And it is not only about being kind to him, it is about being a kind person. And kind women, my dear, believe me, they stand out. Being kind to him, his friends, his family, your friends, yourself, your family, having a good heart. Every man wants a woman with a good heart. Because in this life, my dear, if you are not doing it with someone with a good heart, if you are not doing it with someone who has a kind heart, my dear, you are going to suffer. But then you also have to have boundaries with this kindness. Because if you want to say yes to everything, if you want to say yes to everybody, you are going to burn out. So please, women who wins men's hearts have boundaries. They know when to give, but they also know when not to give. They know when to say no, they know when to say yes, and a man will respect you more if you respect yourself. So the fact that I am telling you be kind doesn't mean that when he say put your head down and raise your leg, you will do that because you want to be kind and you want him to love you more. No, set boundaries, know when to do what and when not to do what. The next point has to be with being confident, my dear. I am not talking about being loud or being boastful. I remember an ex-boyfriend of mine came to me and was like, Ikuya, I've been seeing your videos on social media. Hey, so if I had married you, is this how you were going to be loud? And I was like, gentleman, who even told you I was going to marry you? Who even told you I wanted to marry you? You see, you have a very, like, you, I don't know how, do you understand when we say someone is loud, when we say someone is boastful? There is difference between being loud and being confident. There is difference between being confident and being rude. When you are confident, you have it put together. But obi fa wanimu enye form. You will not be I don't know how best I can say this in English, but then you are yourself, okay? You believe in yourself. You know when to quit, you know when to go on, you know who you are, you know who you are good with. My dear, trust me, confidence is magnetic. So a woman who is comfortable in her own skin, a guy wants a woman who knows more about herself. You are comfortable in your own skin. You know when to speak up. You know when not to speak up. You are confident but respectful, my dear. You don't have to be shy. That is the word I wanted to use. It's like you are shy. Me, I don't want to. Me, I don't want to. I don't want to. Hey, sweetheart, come on. Come on, like, come on. I always ask my husband, so how do you feel? You see, my husband is not a social media person. He's not on TikTok. But when his friends send my videos to him, when he sees my video on people's status, I am sure this man, in fact, he back in his head, he'll be saying, wow, that's my woman. Though he doesn't say it for me to hear, but I know that is exactly what he's saying. So, my dear, when you are a confident woman, that guy cannot resist you. The next thing I want to talk about is keep him guessing. My dear, keep him guessing in a good way. You don't always have to be texting. You don't always have to be calling. I am not saying that don't be calling or don't be texting. This lady came to my DM and then she was like, Auntie, I've been visiting my boyfriend very often, but I've also heard counselors say that you don't have to visit him very often. So how often do you think I should visit him? I said, my dear, do what works for you, but know when to do what. Okay. If maybe I text my boyfriend about 3 times, he's okay. Maybe if you text your boyfriend about 3 times, he thinks that you are overdoing it. So don't overdo it. as much as the person you are going out is concerned, sometimes let him miss you. For example, this lady said that she sent her boyfriend a message. The guy hasn't responded for 3 days. She didn't even bother to call to ask to see if he's okay, if he's lost his phone, if someone has hacked his WhatsApp, if she just said that because he hasn't replied, me too, for 3 days he hasn't called, so me too, I haven't called. What if something is wrong with him? Look at the person you are going out with. Look at the person who wants to go out with you. Dance to the tune of the music he's playing. If he lies calls, that is okay. If he call you twice, you call him twice. If you know that he's the type who will call you every morning, and then this morning he hasn't called and it's noon, what is preventing you from calling to check up to know what exactly is wrong? Because something might be wrong somewhere if you know your man. So please, sometimes keep him guessing, but in a good way. Keep things fun, keep things light, spontaneously keep the sparks alive. But remember, this isn't about playing games, it's about balancing availability and individuality. Know when to be available, know when not to be available. Men love women who own their own life and they have passion about it. Do you even have a life outside the relationship? Auntie, he's the only man I know. I don't even have any friends. I don't even know what to do. He has not spoken to me and I don't know what to do. Like, seriously? You don't have any friends? You don't have life after the relation, like outside the relationship. Because that man hasn't called you for 3 days, you think your whole life has come to an end. That is not something you want to do to yourself. If you want to be that woman, he cannot. You know me. If you have been following me for a while, you know me. You know how I do my things. You know I have a life on my own. And I am a wife. And I always pray that God should give me the grace to be the great woman, the great wife and the great mother my husband and my kids can ever pray for. But I also want to be the great content creator, the great relationship expert, the great YouTuber for you. And as a woman of value, I know I can be all by the grace of God and with God's strength and guidance. I can. So, my dear, have a life of your own. Know what you want and be passionate about it. That man cannot be there for you 24/7. So please. And then the next thing I want to talk about is, my dear, show him vulnerability, but be emotionally guided. This lady said that her boyfriend asked her, be feminine, be vulnerable so that I can pamper you. And she asked me, Auntie, what does he mean? What he means is that you are too masculine, you are too rigid. I say you've made him know that you are that independent woman and that you don't really need him and that you can buy everything for yourself and that you are, hey, Oba, Chale, bravo. Be vulnerable, but you also have to be emotionally guided. I have a friend, I had a friend. This lady was so emotional. 2 minutes she's crying. She calls the boyfriend, he's not picking, she's crying. She's ranting, she's nagging. She was vulnerable, she was available, but she was not emotionally grounded. You have to be emotionally intelligent but still you also have to give him that opportunity, be that feminine for him to pamper you and to love you. That doesn't also mean that you meet him today and you are telling him everything about you, you are telling him your life story. No, know when to say what. But as the relationship has progressed, my dear Charlie, be vulnerable, okay? And then please be playful and positive. Some of you, your partners cannot even play with you. When they decide to play with you, you are angry. And why did he say this? Until you don't know the difference between I'm playing with and be positive. Some of you, negativity has overwhelmed you because someone did something, because you heard a story on social media. I say you've made fear to grip you. So you are living in fear, you are living in negativity, you are scared. What if? Auntie, what if? What, my dear, nobody likes to be around someone who is always negative. Oh. So bring that positivity, energy, and a sense of fun. Actually, and then please, especially at the initial stage of the relationship, let him chase you. But don't also be afraid to walk away. Let him chase you. get to know him. You see, let him know that yes, you are ready for a relationship, but if the sign starts coming and it is something that you cannot handle, you like over him. Let him know that you are ready. You are ready to. This lady said that she started a boyfriend down and told the gentleman, "We are doing this together. I am ready to do everything to make the relationship work, but I need you to meet me in the middle. I need you to do your part. I need you to do same. And at any particular point, when I feel that it is me alone dating myself, I am out of this relationship." You tell him that, and then you stick to it. Yes, let him know that you do not want to lose the relationship. But if it gets to that point, you will. Men respect what they've earned. Like he knows that he earned you, he chased you and he earned you, and you are valuable to him. You are bringing a lot of confidence, a lot of kindness, a lot of love, a lot of positivity in the relationship. But if he you are out. Now to my bonus tip, and it has to do with the power of silence, my dear. If in the relationship, you are always the one who is initiating conversations, who is making plans, who is pulling things. If care is not taken, that man will take it for granted. So occasionally pull back and let him start wondering, what is this lady doing? What is she up to? Do I have to do more? Sometimes doing less speaks volumes. So I have spoken to you today about how to win his heart. Try these things, put them into practice, and let's see if that man can resist you. If after everything, he still decides to do what he thinks he can do without adding up to the relationship, or he still decides to walk away or cheat or do anything, my dear, just know that it is his loss. He will look back and then he will say, "Gosh, I have lost this lady." Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. I really hope that this video has helped you in a way. Please give me any question you have in the comment section, and do not forget to like, share, subscribe. In fact, everything that you have to do to make sure that this channel is growing, please do it. Thank you once again. I love you. And remember that you have to love yourself first. Cheers.